My dad is a Vietnam veteran. His service with the 25th Infantry Division in 1968-1969 was cut short. While walking point during an infantry patrol near the Cambodian border, he stepped on a landmine, and it blew his leg off below the knee. Surprisingly, the loss of his leg is the least of his problems. His courage facing the continuing problems of his terrible injury and then prostate cancer has given each of us, me, my mom, and my brother, an example to follow. Dad was sprayed with Agent Orange, a defoliant that was contaminated with the most deadly chemical known to man, dioxin. Sorry. His cancer was in remission. It has reoccurred and metastasized. My brother Bobby has severe asthma. At the age 31, he was diagnosed with a pleurisy and endocarditis, diseases that cause inflammation of the lining of the lungs and his heart. He has been treated 3 times in the hospital and is currently seeing a cardiologist. And he will have to do that for the rest of his life. The doctor said that 1 in a million have this. So far, we have found 10 other Vietnam veterans' children with it. He now has a heart condition, premature ventricular contractions, and is now on beta blockers. The doctors told him he has a mutated gene. When I was young, I was diagnosed with hip dysplasia and was treated by wearing a leg brace. This is not in our family. In the 11th grade, I was diagnosed with ADD and learning disabilities. Learning disabilities are distinguished by excellent performance in areas that are important to the individual, not so much in others. I enjoyed swimming and was very good at it. I had a difficult time in other areas, but overcame many of them with the support of my family. I am now a Monroe County Deputy Sheriff in Rochester, New York, and I'm very proud to be able to achieve that goal despite my difficulty with testing another component of my learning disability. I hope for a long career because I love my job and the challenges that it entails, and the chance to serve my community, like my dad did when he served in Vietnam 45 years ago. A year ago, I gave birth to a beautiful little girl, Madison. She's the one out there making all the noise. I had a normal birth without any complications, and we expected that everything was fine. That night, they did a routine physical and discovered that her femurs, the large bones in her thigh, were alongside her hip joints and lacked the proper alignment for the hip to work correctly. They told us she had severe hip dysplasia. Madison was put into a full body restraint immediately, and she never complained. They were worried that there would be nerve damage and also the blood flow to her joints. We had to go every 2 weeks to an orthopedist for an ultrasound, but we had to wait till she was 6 months old for them to do an x-ray, because I guess apparently your cartilage turns to bone, and hers didn't turn to bone until she was 6 months, which is very unusual. Finally, after 6 months, they took little Maddie out of a body restraint, and that was the first time that I was able to see her whole body. Maddie sees a doctor every 4 months and will continue to do so until she's 4, and then they might do surgery. She will have to see an orthopedic surgeon for the rest of her life. The doctors told us if we wanted her to have perfect legs and perfect hips, she would have to go into a full body cast for a year. We chose not to do that because she was walking around, and we just felt that that would be good for her at a year. They're worried that she's going to get arthritis, and they say, well, she can get it when she's 16 or she can get it when she's 80. And if she gets it when she's 16, then they're going to do surgery. Probably at 6 or 7. When I told them that my father was a Vietnam veteran and was exposed to dioxins, they told me that this could not be from Agent Orange. Yet women veterans, children, can get compensation for this. I'm not complaining about what I've gone through, and I know that my brother and my dad don't complain about their illnesses either. We are concerned about our children and their children. Research and treatment for our children needs to be done. Right now, Madison is lucky to have a great health care plan, but what if I lose my job? Or what if healthcare is not provided by my work? The doctors say she will need care for the rest of her life. What about those who don't have the support from their family or adequate healthcare options? What will they do? Who will hold their hand when they learn they have cancer? Who will comfort them when their baby is born with a cleft palate or a deformity? Who will they go to for answers when they are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease or leukemia? Who will help them? So please, we ask you to please support the 1602 for our children. Thank you.